So the joke that I always say is that if you stick me on a random beach anywhere in the world with like, you know, a little bit of money, and you say, okay, and there's like a really popular, you know, snorkeling rental shop, you give me a couple months and I'll have those people beat, because I understand marketing. I understand how to communicate to customers. I know how to ask them for what they want and then give it to them. I mean, that's basically, you know, one of my mentor's favorite formula. I think it's ask them what they want, go and get it, and give it to them. It's like that's his $1 million formula for success. And really, marketing, that's what it comes down to. So like when you're getting involved in network marketing, one of the best things that you can do in the beginning is not listen at all to your company. Now, the company that you partner with, and I'll explain this more in the trainings, is really important, because the product and service that you represent, you want it to be good. You want it to be something that you can make money from for a long period of time, and you're only going to be able to do that if it's a quality product or service that people are going to value for a long period of time. And I'll explain more about, you know, how to judge if a company is good or not, and whatever. But really, like, what all this comes down to is that I figured out a ton of secrets. I figured out a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes that were professional multi-millionaire network marketers were doing, and I saw them doing it. And I was hired to do certain aspects of their business for them, and what I did is I copied it. I just started doing it myself, and guess what? It works. But there is some background information that you do need. You can't just, it's not like, okay, here's this thing, and go plug it in and it's going to work. Now I get to explain what 30-second sponsoring was. So I knew that I was about 2 years away from completely leaving my businesses. And that was my goal. When I started a network marketing business, I wanted to invest a certain amount of time, and then I wanted to walk away. And just to be completely open and honest with you, the quickest I've ever seen anyone do that has been 2 years. But they knew what they were doing from day one. They knew what their game plan was. They had a little bit of a background in marketing and sales, and they were able to construct a really, really cool business structure and take care of their leaders well. But for most people, it takes around 5 years. If that's your goal, to set up your business so it's so completely sound and the foundation is so incredibly strong that you essentially can walk away from your business, it takes 5 years. Now, I don't want to give you like this big moment, but I mean, what's 5 years of your life? It's not 5 years to be able to make an income. It's 5 years to be able to have like a really, really good income come in, whether you're working your business actively or not. That's awesome. To tell people like, okay, you do this for 5 years and you follow, you know, roughly, you know, what I'm telling you to do, and apply the principles and just keep upping it and upping it and upping it. And if you really get what the whole thing is about, then, I mean, what's 5 years? I mean, if you're 25 and you can retire at 30, or you're 30 and you can retire at 35, or if you're 60 and you can retire at 65, or you're 80 and you can have money, you know, when you're 85. I mean, whatever. 5 years is really, really nothing. And the reason why I say 5 years is that it takes a good 2 years to just get what's going on around you. It really takes, because a lot of the principles that you're going to be learning in these free videos, you've never heard of them before. And at first it's going to seem really, really over your head, but don't worry. Because if you understand that you have to educate yourself in your first 2 years, and you're going to be making the least amount of money when you first start out, and that you have a long-term game plan, well, that's great. So, I mean, more so than that being great, that's the idea. And the reason why people get out of this business so quickly is that they have the wrong idea. Now, you should not, and this is, you know, warning number one, you should never join this business if you're trying to pay off debt. I'll get to this stuff later. Okay, so finally, let's get back to my story. I'll stay focused now. Sorry. What I did is I learned all these secrets, and so I wanted to put together an educational curriculum. This was my idea. I was going to, you know, make all these courses. I made this awesome curriculum, and I was going to put it all online and then walk away from my existing businesses and also that business as well. And so when it came time to launch and to walk away, a year went by when I wasn't supposed to be working the business anymore, and there were still issues. I had never started an online business like this one before, and anytime you have customers, there's always going to be problems. It's just the nature of the business, and you can outsource those problems, but when people are having questions that I can't, really answer as well or as often as I would like to, it was just really, really bothering me. So after a year, we decided, we have all this information, let's just share this information forever with the people that are in our businesses, and they can train their distributors with it. And, I invested a lot of money, so what? And we have this great content, and, I'll just use it for training. And then I got the idea about 6 months ago. I said, this is really silly that this information isn't out there, and I don't feel like, charging people for it, and I don't feel like going through dealing with credit cards and all that kind of stuff. It's not really worth it to me at this point. So let me just put it online, and that's why all of this is here, and that's why we decided to fold 30-second sponsoring, because the response was amazing, and I really wasn't able to take care of my customers, meaning like they were asking for new products. There's this one point in one of the courses where like, could you explain that? And I'm like, wow, to explain that, to go deeper down that rabbit hole, I'd have to start, create a whole new course. And some of the, better network marketing trainers that are online, they keep creating new courses every single year. They have monthly continuity programs, monthly coaching programs, and those are really great. And that's really what I wanted to do, but I had already made a commitment to my family that, I wasn't going to, work the business past, a certain point. So I just decided to close it, and I have all this great content. Well, good for you. Now you have it for free as well. And if you use it wisely, if you use it with your new distributors to qualify your new distributors and say, listen, before you even talk to me about joining my opportunity, watch these videos. This guy's just going to lay down the law and let you know what it is and what it isn't. And then if it still interests you, after knowing what you have to do in order to really succeed, then give me a call. And so that's why all this stuff is here. So let's get on to the most important facts. So fact number 1, I already told you, is that it takes a minimum of 2 to 5 years to really establish a strong foundation in this business. And that's if you want to work it actively or not. The way that my courses are set up, it's to show you, because the whole philosophy behind 30-second sponsoring was to have more and work less. Basically to show you what you're going to learn, how to have other people do some of the mundane things that are so incredibly necessary in your business, how to have other people do that stuff for you, and you focus on the most important aspects of your business. So that's kind of the foundation of 30-second sponsoring. But fact number 1 is that it takes about 2 to 5 years to really, really set up a strong foundation in this business. And if you're looking to make a killing in 3 months, just stop the video now and, try to win the lottery or rob a bank or something, because this isn't that type of industry. I mean, some people make random home runs, but you have a greater chance of being struck by lightning twice than making a lot of money in your first 6 months. And I know that's like, I need to pay off debt and I'm in trouble, and I really thought this was a way. My main goal is to save you a lot of time, energy, heartache, and money. And if you want to make a lot of money in this industry, you can. You just have to go about it the right way. And I'm here to show you how to do that as well. On to fact number 2. Important fact number 2 is that, yes, this is a business. This is the one thing that I really agree that network marketing companies do talk a lot about, even in opportunity meetings sometimes, is that it's actually a business and you have to treat it like a business. Now, you wouldn't have like 50 grand in debt and decide to start a pool business or a flower business to pay off your debt. It's kind of counterintuitive. So it's the same idea. You don't want to enter this industry because you want to pay off debt. You don't want to enter this industry because you want to quit your job in the next 3 months. Now, if you want to make a job switch in the next 2 to 5 years, yes, that's doable. Like, keep your job, pay your bills, take care of your family, and start learning all of these things at night. Become a professional marketer, because even if you don't become massively successful in network marketing, if you really grasp this information, anything that you do